Let's deploy it and compile it. Let's compile it and deploy it. uh, One thing here, you have to remember that uh, never commit .env file. So always add inside .git ignore file .env. So make sure that it will not commit, because it have credentials of your uh, private key and the node. And one thing more, that I will going to delete this quick note uh, endpoint once we complete this tutorial, so don't use it. Okay, now let's compile it and deploy it. Now let's compile it first. Okay, now let's compile it. Okay, we successfully compiled. So here we can see the artifacts folder also. So now let's deploy it on Goldie network. Here we are define the gold network, because we can create multiple network here if we have multiple networks like this, like in Pura or any other network. Okay, let's deploy it. Okay, so contract contract is deployed successfully. So we get the address. Here we have friend the address. This is address of a smart contract that we are going to use in the front application. Here you can see that we are deploying. We have deployed smart contract with passing the value 10. That is the maximum whitelist limit. Now let's move on. Let's see this line also. A contract factory in Ether.js is an abstraction used to deploy new smart contract. So whitelist contract here is a factory for instances of our whitelist contract. So here we deploy the contract. It is 10 is the maximum number of whitelist address allowed. Wait for it to finish or deploying. To finish deploying. Here it is. Let's wait for it. Then it is going to return the address, deployed address of a smart contract. Now let's move on. Okay, now let's create a front end, a website for our smart contract, and create a decentralized app. To develop the website, we will use React and Next.js. React is a JavaScript framework used to make website, and Next.js is a React framework that allows writing backend APIs code along with the front end, so you don't need to separate front and backend services. First, you will need to create a next app. To create this next app, in the terminal point to whitelist df folder and type this command. Okay, now let's move on to this folder, uh, one folder back, and just paste this command.